Hey buddies, it's me Jasper coming to you today on day 2 of the Hero Legend program. Today is lower body. We're looking at mobility, power, strength, muscle. We've got it all. And to get the most out of today's session, what you're going to need is your dumbbells, as many weight selections as you have access to. Obviously the more the better, so you can get the most out of every little part, but simply do your best with what you've got. I'm also going to be using a point of elevation. Today I'm going to be doing some seated jumps as well as some rear foot elevated split squats. You could use a chair, a table, a bench, a couch, whatever it is, hopefully somewhere that you can confidently sit your butt down or put a foot on. If you don't, I will simply give you alternatives to that. But as I outlined in the introduction to this program, that does give us more movement options and variety. So hopefully you have that. Otherwise, let's get to it. I'm going to be talking to you throughout the whole of this session. Play your own music in the background if you please. Otherwise, it's just going to be the sound of the windy city here and my deep breathing. Let's get the party started. Alrighty, we're going to be kicking off our mobility today with some 1990 hip rotations. So we've got 1990 in our joint angles there. I'm going to lean back on my hands. The further back you lean, the easier it is, the more accommodating. So find a sweet spot for you. Keep one leg pressing into the ground whilst you pull the knee of the other one open for as long as you can until you have to switch. No quicker than I'm doing now to get the most out of it. Once that leg hits the ground, press it into the ground with a bit of tension and drop the other one in. Rinse, repeat. Again, done correctly, we should feel all that stuff in the hips, in the groin, the adductors getting
halfway there.
Worked.
Ten seconds. Rest.
Okay, we're going to come into some deep squat with reaches. Now, this can be challenging depending on what your current mobility is like. Wherever you're most comfortable squatting, feet around shoulder width apart, plop yourself down. Now I'm going to use a hand to anchor myself on the inside of the knee.
Round 2.
And I'm going to open up the other side. Now, yes, this is upper body, this is T-spine rotation, which is always useful, especially for some of the stuff we've got going on today. Alternating side to side, opening, 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 opening. Driving the knees out, both from within inside the hip, but also using that arm
halfway there
as a sort of prying tool.
Ten seconds. Rest.
Alrighty, we're now going to come on down and do some glute bridge marching. Okay, so I'm going to drive through my heels, keep my hips extended to the sky, try to keep that there whilst I alternate my legs. So lock that glute bridge in, and we're up and we're down.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
Super cool. We're going to do that for one more round. Now you know what you're doing. You can perhaps bring a little bit more intent and intensity to your repetitions. Back on down into our 1990.
Round 4. Halfway there. Ten seconds.
Okay. back into our deep squat. Should feel a little bit better than it did in that first round, depending on what your movement's been like today.
Round 5.
Anchor yourself, and let's work those reaches.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
And on to round 2 of our glute bridge march.
Last round.
Oh, it's jolly windy up here today.
Halfway there.
We are building a solid foundation that can't be blown away.
10 seconds. Rest.
Oh, okay, we've got a minute to talk about our power section. Now, we're going to be doing some seated vertical jumps. That's where our seat comes in, funnily enough. Now, we're going to be doing sets of 5, all right? Because this isn't loaded externally,
Rest.
we're just going to pick a number of reps. Generally, with those with the power ones, they're going to be on the lower side. So this isn't about exhausting yourself. We want to keep our reps really snappy and explosive. Options-wise, if you don't want to jump as high as possible, either because impact isn't so good for you right now, or your environment, what I want to see you do, I'm going to be on hands on hips here and launching myself as high as I can before resetting again. What you can do is come up as aggressively as you can onto those toes, triple extend, and then come back down. But unless there's any reason why you shouldn't, let's try some jumping, because when was the last time you jumped? And it's an important thing that we cultivate: power, explosiveness. So
10 seconds.
let's have a play here. Let's just get a feel for things. I'm sat down, my feet are squared, hands are on the hip. I'm going to lean back a little bit. Explode, catch, rinse, repeat. Cool. And now we've got a minute left to chill and go again. So like I said, this isn't about tiring ourselves out. It's about being effective in this domain, recovering and going again. Ah, lovely. And then we'll jump into
Halfway there.
our foundational alternating EMOM. We've got some goblet squats and some RDLs here today. How are you? If you're new around here, I'd love to hear from you. Where you're from, what's going on, what's brought you here. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know in the comments below. Power, power, power. Cool, 20 seconds. Again, when we're not loading this externally like some of our other power moves, we just want to focus on our intent. So being as explosive as we can, right? That's all I got to say about that. 10 seconds, as the man says. Okay.
Round 2.
Oh yeah. Lovely. That one was good. Oh, Billy, old friend. Good in there. Jolly good.
Halfway there.
Whilst I remember, if you've landed here because of my fantastic use of thirsty thumbnails and provocative titles, join in on the whole program. Go back. It's only day 2. Go back and do upper body.
10 seconds.
Or do what you want. Very happy you're here nonetheless. Last set. Last set for us here.
Round 3. Last round.
Ooh. Super cool. Super cool. So coming up in our alternating EMOM here, 8 minutes, 4 sets of each movement. We're going to start off with the goblet squat and the RDL. Super classic that we're going to be progressing with over the next 4 weeks of this particular cycle of the 12-week program.
Halfway there.
Let's start light, build awareness. Now we're not doing anything fancy here, just nice controlled tempos, full range onto the top. Because we're not getting a lot of rest in the early stages, let's do 30, 45 seconds of work with a light to moderate load, depending on your confidence in squatting and how you're feeling today. We're then going to do the same with the RDL. You'll see here on the screen, I've indicated how we just kind of want to wave that up. Now that's going to be individual to you. And we want to finish with our hardest sets.
10 seconds.
So let's just build warmth, volume, awareness in the early stages here.
Rest.
Anything else to know? No, I'm going to kick off with the 20 kilo bell here. It's going to be really comfortable here in the goblet squat. It's such a good movement. It's such a comfortable way for most people to squat. Often limited by the load, because most of us probably don't have dumbbells that super challenge ourselves. And if that is the case, do not worry. As things go on, I'm going to find plenty of ways for us to find this challenging. So you can use a combination of both challenging load, if you have it, or simply building confidence, joint health, strength, and mobility through the use of our full range of motion, our pauses in certain places as the program goes on, whatever. So use the tools at your disposal, as best
10 seconds.
you can. Alrighty. So like I said, 45 seconds max of work.
Let's go.
Slow and smooth, full stretch and drive.
Halfway there.
Okay, I'm going to park it there. I'm going to get 2 dumbbells for our RDLs.
10 seconds.
Soft knees, reach the butt back whilst keeping the chest open and tall. Find a good stretch, confidently drive the hips through.
Round 2.
Keep those dumbbells pulled in close to the legs. Take your time on the way down, big stretch, drive through. I'm going to park that right there. That felt good. 12 reps for me. And what's next? I'm going to grab up my heaviest dumbbell here, which I'll stick to throughout. All right. Again, like I said, you can get the most out of this in whichever way you need to. Okay.
Halfway there.
That's good for me. And set 2 of the RDL, I'm going to stick to the same weight.
10 seconds. Round 4.
Oh yeah.
Halfway there.
Beauty. Let's push things up a notch. Halfway through here, team. Let's get a little extra uncomfortable if we're not already, and push these last couple of sets.
Round 5.
Yes, sir.
Halfway there.
Okay. Bumping things up on those Romanian deadlifts now. Oh, yes.
10 seconds. Round 6. Halfway there.
Hey. Yep. Woo. Alrighty, 15 seconds. Make sure you're wrapped up here. One more set of each to go.
10 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Round 7.
It's gonna be a hot set.
Halfway there.
Yep. Oh yeah. Jolly japes. Okay.
10 seconds.
Last of the hardy L's.
Round 8. Last round.
Yeah, I got it.
Halfway there.
Yes. Okay. What an 8 minutes that was. Hiya.
10 seconds.
Okay.
Rest.
All right, we're gonna kick our next session off in a minute. Rear foot elevated split squat. So, cutting to the chase, if you need to do a regular split squat, right? But we can make this far more miserable by resting the top of our foot on something behind us, coming all the way down, like so. Just so we can bias that one leg all the more. I'm gonna go single suitcase in the opposite arm, and if by the second set I have an appetite to load it up more, I can do that, or you can hold 2 dumbbells, whatever suits your situation better. So I'm gonna hit left, we'll go right, and then some hamstring walkouts for some knee flexion based hamstring work. Hard to do
10 seconds.
at home. Okay, remember these are 60-second windows,
Let's go.
so let's make the most of them. Try to touch your knee to the floor, go slowly, build confidence. Hopefully you're not getting that sound of leather on leather.
Halfway there. Ten seconds.
Oh, that'll do it for me.
Rest.
60 seconds hits different. Oh, yes indeedy. Cool. 20 more seconds rest, we'll hit the other side. Happy days. Okay.
Round 2. Halfway there. Ten seconds.
Oh man.
Rest.
Oh, well that's plenty of weight for me, good God. Never seem to get better at those. Okay, so we're going to be starting this off like we did in the warm-up, hip bridge style. Try to keep your hips as high as you can throughout the whole of the set. Little steps with the heels until your legs are completely straight, keeping your bum off the ground. Okay. Little steps.
Halfway there. Ten seconds.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stop it there. Oh.
Rest.
All right, we've got one more set, guys. So, allow us to choose the best tool for the job. Like I said, I'm sticking with my one dumbbell here. And let's finish with a bang. After that, we've just got some hack and Schmidt squats, which are tough, but in a different way. Oh my God.
Round 4.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Halfway there.
Oh, that's a sizzling quad. Holy mackerel. Yep. Come on, man. Stay with it.
10 seconds.
We can get one more in. One more. Oh.
Rest.
I didn't like it. That's okay. Don't have to like it all. Whew. How's the lighting? Struggling with the lighting out here. Sometimes too light, sometimes too dark. What's a man to do? Hopefully you can see me all the same. Oh God.
Round 5. Halfway there.
Oh man.
Ten seconds.
Oh, good God.
Rest.
Oh, don't feel like we've had any rest. Who wrote this workout? Tough cookies. All right. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Last round. Halfway there.
Halfway, you having a laugh? Ah.
10 seconds. Rest.
Toast, man, absolute toast. A minute rest. Finishing with finish. A nice shine to the lower limbs and some abs actually. We're going to be starting off with hack and Schmidt squats. Feet are together, heels are floating, hands behind the back.
Rest.
Now, you want to stay tall in the torso. If on round 2 it felt too easy, we can hold a dumbbell or whatever behind our back. Let's just practice here because we're dealing with a very deep knee bend. Awesome for strong, healthy knees, but we want to approach it progressively if you're new to this kind of thing. And then we've got calves and seated pike raise for abs and hip flexors. Okay. All right. That was tough.
10 seconds.
Okay, hands behind the back. Interlocked, if you please.
Let's go.
We'll come slowly, hit your deep position, drive up off the toes. If you want to come flat-footed at the top, totally fine. But remember, this is no hips, all knees.
Halfway there.
Yep. Corner pockets
10
there.
seconds.
All right, next up, nice and simple. Put your hands on a wall. Drop the chest through.
Round 2.
And we're just going to roll calf raise like so. This is a donkey calf raise setup.
Halfway there.
Oh yeah. Okay,
10 seconds.
seated pike raise. Now we want to try and keep our legs straight, toes pointed, and we're compressing through the abs. Now I want that to feel tough. You can lean back as far as you need to actually make it easier. I'm going to try and sit relatively tall. Squeeze, control down. Momentary reset, squeezing the abs, shortening the hip flexor. Really tough, really simple.
Halfway there.
One more for me here. Good God. Right, I am going to load up the hack and Schmidt. Do what you need to do.
Round 4.
Oh, it's toasty.
Halfway there.
One more. Oh boy.
10 seconds.
Okay, hands pressing into a wall. Make that L shape. Stick your butt out.
Round 5. Halfway there.
Oh yeah. And coming into
10 seconds.
our last set of the day, my friends, and you can bid me adieu. Seated pike raise to the bitter end.
Round 6. Last round.
If you're really struggling, you can do one leg at a time and focus more on the hip flexor.
Halfway there.
Ooh. Ah.
10 seconds.
One more.
Well done.
Oh, legendary. I feel like that was a lot, you know, so well done. If you're hearing me say this, whatever you had to do to get through that, really productive 40 mins. I'm going to see you in a couple of days for full body. Let me know how you found the workout. If there's anything else you need in the comment section below. See you then, bud.